up, you guys? It's Kori from Wake Up Call.
Hello, guys. My name is Rachel. I'm one of the hosts on Wake Up Call.
I will be your next guest on What Type of Time.
And I'm also a special guest on What Type Time.
Alright, it's recording, right?
Yeah.
We are in. Alright. So, basically, let's talk about podcasting. Podcasting talk show. I know you guys had a talk show going on at Temple.
Yeah.
I started podcasting and stuff like that. So, that's basically talk about why we started, you know what I mean? Getting on these platforms. So, what made you want to start podcasting? Or, your talk show?
Well, for me, podcasting started a long, long time ago. Now, I'm a freshman in college.
Okay.
I started freshman year of high school. And so I've always known I wanted to be an entertainer, and specifically a talk show host.
Yes.
And I was like, a podcast is kind of a good introduction to that whole field. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Then I started it. Then it got embarrassing. And then I stopped it. You know, kids at school would play during class. So I was like, this is not for me. And then we came to Temple. And I was trying to figure out ways to get involved in entertainment. And radio was something that the school offered. And I was like, ding, ding, ding. This is a great opportunity to get involved in that. And once again, another step closer to that talk show. So I would say.
So what grade you in? What year are you in now?
I'm a first year freshman.
First year freshman. So you started high school freshman.
With podcasting, yeah.
With podcast. Okay. So it's been about 5 years since you've been doing it and stuff like that?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's damn,
professional.
Fast. But why would you say it was embarrassing? Did you not like people watching or something like that? What was it? What was so embarrassing about it?
It's just the kids would play it during classes, and I was fine listening to it, but I didn't want to hear everyone's reactions. I didn't want it to be played while I was actually in the classroom.
Right,
and they'd all play it, and I'm like, stop. And no, they wouldn't stop. And so I just got embarrassed. And then I also just didn't really like exactly what I was always talking about, so I just stopped it completely, and I found other things to do.
Wow. Well, I feel like if you would have kept going, you would have definitely been somewhere in life with that. I feel like you should have kept going. No, I'm being serious. If you would have kept going, because you started freshman year, you know what I mean?
Did.
I didn't even have the courage to do that when I was young. Being young like that, I wasn't thinking about stuff like that.
Wasn't it on Spotify? It was on
Spotify.
She Hustle.
It was on everything, but I mean, I had other opportunities. I hosted a mini talk show for this nonprofit organization for girls. And so I hosted virtual interviews with different people in different fields. Right. And so that kind of gave me another alleyway into what I want to do. Yeah. So I feel like I've always been doing something to get me there. It's just evolving slowly. And now with the radio, that I feel like has blown up. And now I think it's been half a year.
Yeah.
I think.
And I ain't gonna lie, y'all killing it. Wake up call. We got wake up call.
Yeah,
right
wake up call.
Yeah. Killing it.
Wake up call.
So let's transfer to you. You know what I mean? So what about you? What made you want to jump into talk show, podcast, and stuff like that?
I never thought I'd be a podcast girl. I never thought I'd be a talk show host at all. But I was always an entertainer growing up, into music, theater arts. I was the one yapping in class. I was the one doing impressions. I was the one cracking jokes. Right. So sometimes I'd be an MC. Sometimes I'd get on stage. I was always that kind of person, just in front of people. So when this opportunity came up to do radio, I was like, why not? It's another thing that I can add to my skill set, another thing that I can learn. And we kind of just dove right into it. And it was easy because we're both entertainers. Right, it was easy because we both yap by default. Right.
So how did it start at Temple? How did y'all get into the Temple podcast? Y'all chose? Or did you have to reach out? What
I don't even think we know.
It's funny because what had happened was radio is one of the clubs at Temple that you can join, right? And it's WHIP Radio.
I get it.
And so that was an organization you could join. And then within WHIP, there's a bunch of different not even genres, but categories. There's entertainment, news, sports, music, everything. And so you choose the department you want to be in, and then based on that, you can either start your own show or continue hosting a show that already existed. And so, I don't know if I told you this, but I pitched a show, and the director was like, you need to add a little bit more. So then I was like, you know what? I won't create my own show. I'll just join Wake Up Call, which was a show that actually existed for a while. And so, I signed up for that. There was one other person that was already on the show for Wake Up Call. The director didn't even really connect me with that other person. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I get a message from this girl named Rachel. And I'm like, okay, what is this message? And it says, I was directed from the director of entertainment to reach out to you regarding joining this entertainment show. Okay. I'm like, I don't know why, because I've never done this a day in my life. Matter of fact, don't know how radio works. Heck, I don't even listen to radio right now. Like, I don't.
I thought she was like a senior. I'm like, I'm going to her for support. She's like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're on the same boat for real. That's funny.
Literally, we had no direction.
Yeah.
No direction. At all.
Well, look at y'all now.
Yeah.
Right.
Women, you know what I mean? Y'all got it going on. They always film it. I think y'all film Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah.
Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, episodes every morning.
Every
we
morning.
do swap out hosts,
Right,
you know, so shout out Jay and Randy.
Yeah, shout out. I can't wait to meet y'all. I didn't
Jay
know
and
that.
Randy.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah,
I
they're
can't
good
wait.
people.
Yeah.
But, you know, we every single day, you know, posting things on social media, editing videos, taking pictures.
Seriously.
She's always reaching out to people.
Word.
It's a hustle. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It
stressful.
does come with a lot.
I'm sure you have to deal with all
Yes.
that.
I know. That's why you
Like-
say that. I'm over like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when it comes down to podcasting, so I started podcasting because like I felt like I wanted to be heard. Like when I went on you guys' show, I told y'all too a little bit. Like I wanted to like basically like bring more positive content to our community. You know what I mean? Like talk about like stuff that we need to be talked about. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like my podcast and my content that I got going out is basically like pushing out some like anything that got to do with positivity. If it's like credit, whatever, like you know what I mean. Bringing like up topics that people not talking about. That's like really like you know important and stuff like that. So I feel like that's like where I wanted to be. I wanted to be heard because I have these same conversations with the same people. You know what I mean? I feel like we all like want to do the same thing, but like they need to like you know actually see people in motion and stuff like that. They need basically they need us. You know what I mean? They need us as leaders to like you know what I mean take the lead and like start doing it because like what are they doing right now? I feel like everybody are following the bad trends. You know what I mean? Like they see all this fuck shit on social media. Excuse my language, but they see all this fuck shit on social media and they think it's cool. They want to follow the trends and stuff like that. So I feel like my whole thing was like, you know, being that trendsetter of like starting positivity. You know what I mean? Like just pushing out all that type of stuff. So that's why I got into podcasting. It's been a year. It's been a year. April 1st podcast. We WTT actually been a year. So like we made it a year, April 1st. I don't know. It kind of made me feel like good. It made me want to like push a little, you know. More like do a whole lot more because like I don't know like, I feel like every day I grow like more of a passion for it and I never like you said before I never saw myself ever wanting to do a talk show or a podcast stuff like that but I was always in entertainment like I want to be an actor for me like I want to be on somebody's TV screen
way.
I want to be an actor I want to be on somebody's TV screen so I feel like just like putting myself like in front of the camera that would make me comfortable too you know what I mean and stuff like that so yeah that's why I think I started podcasting.
And making your own lane.
Yeah,
There's so much
my
power.
Platform, right.
Yeah, because you know, we can all be actors. We can all be on stage and abide by other people's rules. And granted, we are abiding by rules now, right? Like we don't curse on air, and we don't do, you know. But at the same time, choosing what you get to say, when you get to say it, how you say it, who you bring on. There's so much power in that. It makes me feel it's empowering. It's empowering.
It really does. And I was just thinking about this earlier when I was driving. Like I was thinking like I never thought I didn't make it far, so I'm not gonna say I'm far. I'm gonna give y'all props. We were so excited to have y'all here. I really look up to y'all. I love how y'all post. I feel like y'all really consistent and stuff like that. I think that's something personally I need to work on because like when you got a podcast, you gotta be touching people. You always gotta make content. You always gotta be out there for it. And I feel like that's where I'm lacking at. But I feel like I look up to y'all for that. You know what I mean? So I gotta give y'all flowers right now. Like y'all doing your thing with like posting stuff like that, and it's keeping y'all people in the team. You know what I mean? Like just keeping them willed in and stuff like that. I feel like that's something I gotta work on, and I feel like that's where I'm losing my target at in a way. But I feel like damn, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like we doing what we gotta do and stuff like that. But I got a great solid team too, and I feel like y'all really work well together and stuff like that. So let's like first before we even get too deep, let's check on our mentals. You know what I mean? We're going to do a mental check. We're really big on the mental. So, let's start off with Kori. Kori, how are you feeling mentally? And I want you to be as honest. Don't just say I'm good. Now, be honest. Like, how are you feeling?
No!
Hey,
I'm stressed.
Why are we stressed?
I'm tired.
She's about to cry.
I'm burnt out. Literally, don't get me started. I could go on and on.
Talk to us.
I'm just stressed. Like, I'm ready for school to be over.
Mm. When you about to graduate, right?
Graduate?
Well, no,
I got three more years.
Okay, you didn't just tell me you was a freshman. I don't know why. Look, I'm thinking she's senior like you. I'm tripping.
No, yeah, for real. It's
go ahead.
Yeah, she talks like an older person. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just stressed. I feel like there's so much going on, but then at the same time, I'm blessed that I'm stressed over something rather than nothing. If you asked me first semester, I was stressed, but I had nothing going on. Mm-hmm. Now I'm stressed, but I have so much stuff going on, and so I'm tired. School is kicking my butt, Stat and I, if you listen to Wake Up Call, you know that Statistics and I, we don't get along. And so it's stressing me out. I'm ready for home.
Yeah.
Broke college student, you know, like
It's not funny.
the struggle is so real. The struggle is so real. I'm just burnt out. I think that's really what it comes down to. Is I'm burnt out. There's so much going on. I'm not very good at taking time for myself. Like I'm always, Rachel could tell you, I'm always thinking about radio.
I think Rachel said it now.
Like I live, breathe, and sleep Wake Up Call.
Yeah.
Like my aunt just told me yesterday, I'm gonna listen to your show. I'm like, oh, thank you. It's like my little baby. It literally is.
Yeah.
Like I I contribute almost all of my time to Wake Up Call. 24/7, 25/8. And so because I want to see it grow, I feel like you said, we have a platform. And as a result, it stresses me out for no reason. And like we're doing well, but I'm just stressed. I'm very tired, sleep deprived.
Right.
Thank God for concealer. But yeah.
Alright, so I do got a question. So how are I mean you're here today. You know what I mean? You picked yourself up and you got here.
Yeah.
Due to all the stress and everything you got going on. So like how do you keep yourself moving? You know what I mean? Like how do you keep going?
How do I keep going? I would say one, you know, my friends and my family. Like truly I thank God for them. Thank God for Rachel.
Right.
Literally,
Like
the amount of times I've called her, literally this week.
Like
I called her in shambles. Like I was in literal shambles. Like tears falling galore. I was like, I don't even know why I'm crying. Like I was just tired. I was done.
But I think because you're not like how you said, I can relate. You
Yeah.
have cancer, right?
I
I
am.
am too.
How did you know?
I pay attention. I told
Did I
you.
tell you this?
No, you did not.
oh my god.
How did you know? What?
I pay attention
Oh
to you
my
guys. I pay
gosh.
attention to you all the time. I'm telling you, when I met it, I really look up to y'all. I pay attention to the podcast and I listen to the Wake Up. I try to catch it. I try to catch it. I have my own stuff going on, but yes, I do know.
No.
I'm a cancer too. I am a cancer too. Yes.
Give each other a
you're
hug.
here.
Thank you.
I understand you so
Thank
bad.
you.
So that's why I'm like, I get it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I get really emotional.
Yes.
And when we really want something and we are passionate about something, it's like,
Yes.
it's like every little, you could be doing good. You could be like, you know what I mean, like feeling, but it's like something about us, like, it's not like what I want. I'm still very stressing about this. And like, when you said like you got a lot on your plate, I understand that, but this is what you wanted.
It is.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted. So now
Exactly.
it's like, I'm where you at now, but it's like, what do we do?
What do we do? But like you said too, I think that's what also keeps me going is knowing that. And I literally just saw a post on this. Like you have to be grateful and appreciate every moment because if 5 months ago I prayed for this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just knowing, like you said, this is where I want it to be. I'm living answered prayers. I'm living answered dreams and things that I never imagined happening are happening.
Right.
And so I think that's part of what keeps me going because I'm just like, God, what's next?
Yeah,
like, what do you have for me next?
Literally.
So I think that keeps me going. And it just keeps me grateful. Like,
Right.
this didn't have to be my life.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, I appreciate you being honest about your mental.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Kori, she's good. She's good. I probably, you're going to be good. And you can call on me, too. You know what I mean? Like, we can always talk and stuff like that. Even though I know we got to build that relationship and stuff like that. But, like, I'm like, definitely here to support. You know what I mean? Like, we in the same boat. You know what I mean? We doing the same thing. I mean, y'all got way more going on because y'all in school. School ain't no motherfucking joke. I can't do it.
It's no joke.
I tried it.
It's
I
no
tried
joke.
it 3 times. It's no joke. It's no joke. So I really like give you your props. I give you your props for the school stuff. But let's transition to you. Like, how are you feeling mentally? And be honest with us, please.
Oh man. I mean, copy and paste, bro. I'm tired. Kori and I, we've had very different experiences with school, with work, with life. I'm 24. I'm going back to college. I'm dealing with this again, okay?
Wait, so did you graduate right?
So I went to Millersville in 2017,
Okay.
left in 2019, went to my local community college in 2021, completed there. Now I'm at Temple, right? And I hate school, right? So I'm just using school for the networking opportunities, for the clubs, for the radio, all that good stuff so that I can pack up and get out.
Right.
I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, school and work and trying to also appeal to the things that I love and the things that I'm passionate about. It's a lot, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm beat up, but, you wake up every day and realize, like you said, this is what I paid for. I wanted to live in Philly. I wanted to get my own place. I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to do this. So just wake up and do it. Just wake up and do it.
That's it.
That's
it.
that's all you gotta do. Just wake up and go.
Right,
That's all
right.
you
So
gotta
I'm
do.
gonna ask you, like, so we all like basically like feeling like the same way mentally. We're good. But we feeling the same way mentally, so I'm gonna ask you the same question. Like, how are you picking yourself up, like, outside of us?
You know what?
You know, we emotional.
Yeah.
We get emotional
Right.
about our stuff. But like,
Right.
how are you?
So I really put emphasis on self-care. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm overwhelmed, it's cut. If I'm overwhelmed, I'm going to take a seat and I'm going to take a breather. And that's what I always encourage Kori to do as well.
Always.
Because it's very easy to be like, oh, I got to do this. So sit down and breathe. If you're not doing that, then what next? What next? So that's what I do. I have to recharge. I have to have my alone time. I have to sit down. I have to reflect sometimes. I sometimes journal in my phone. Like, there are so many things that I do to kind of just reflect, be grateful, meditate, sit on that, and then keep it pushing.
Right,
That's how I
right.
heal. Yeah.
Okay, that was a good note to take. I'm over here really listening.
No,
Yes.
literally.
What? I need to do that. I feel like me, like, I'm always running. I'm always ripping around like, okay, what's my
Yes.
next? What's my next?
Hello.
Even when I go through something, I'm going through something right now in this particular moment, but it's like, okay, like, what is it, code switching?
Yeah.
It's like I gotta, like, basically, like, I be trying to, like, get in my feelings, but, like, it's like, okay, like, I know I'm going through something right now, but I don't think I feel exactly what I'm going through that moment. I just keep it pushing. And then, like, I feel like weeks later, that's when I start feeling it.
And then you
that's
pop
when, like,
off.
yes, and then I'm mad. I'm mad at everybody. I'm mad at the world. I don't really do nothing.
We're
anymore.
right here.
Like-
Because literally, Rachel,
I don't even feel
that's
like
supposed to be
that.
this week.
That's what
Literally.
happened. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're right.
Oh my God!
Right
it's like
here.
so much. It's
Right
so much.
here.
Yeah.
But we tapped into our mental, so let's transition before I get emotional. I get emotional here.
Let's do
So
it.
let's like basically like tap into like what you guys got going on, like with I say WTT. This is WTT.
Right.
What am I talking about? What do you guys got going on with Wake Up Call? So when did you guys actually like start Wake Up Call? How did that go about?
November.
Was it November?
It was November.
Really? I've been telling
2023?
people October.
Is that when you
You know
guys
what?
started? When did you guys drop?
October?
We started in October, November,
2023,
I
right?
2023. Yeah.
So, when was your first drop? I don't know. I say my first drop was when I started. Because I really started in like, what is it? What's before? I started in March, but I didn't drop until April 1st.
Oh, we started. So we got connected like a day before the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were told, hey, connect with each other because tomorrow you're going live on air. And we were like, oh. So we got on
Literally.
FaceTime with Jay,
Right.
figured something out, and we hopped on air the next day.
Okay,
So
okay.
October, November, straight up. That's
So
when it
y'all
started.
basically like just started.
Hit the ground running.
Yes, and like
Yeah.
I think the difference too is the fact there was no preparation. It
Right.
wasn't one of those things like we didn't have to get a set like this or anything. We
Right.
literally just woke up, boom. Like
And
there
then
was
did it.
no mental preparation, and we're live on air. And whatever you say goes. Like you say something, it's
out.
done. Like you can't flip it, you can't edit it, you can't
Yeah.
do nothing.
Right.
So it was just out there, and we didn't know what we were doing, how to make the transition smooth. Like our songs, between us finishing a segment and the songs playing, you'd have about a minute.
Yeah.
You'd have about a minute going, and just
Right.
complete dead silence.
Mhm.
And then the music would start. So like
Right.
it was crazy. It was terrible.
The gag is that's why I love Wake Up Call because if you listen from season 1 or semester
Right.
1 to now, you can hear us actively fixing our mistakes, trying,
Yes.
addressing those issues live on
Right,
air because
right.
that's the only time we're really in each other's faces.
Yeah.
That's the only time we have to fix our work on the show
Mhm.
so you can progressively hear the show get better. And now we're just in the studio playing around because we're comfortable
Yeah.
with what we have.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that, bro. That is the
Literally.
coolest thing.
I love that for y'all. When I was
Right.
even there watching, I thought it was so dope. Like I never was like in like a studio like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when y'all take breaks and like play the music. It's like yo, we was on the radio.
Yeah.
We was on the
We
radio.
were.
We
I'm
were on
like,
the
yo,
radio.
this is lit. This is lit. So
Right.
wait, I just lost my train of thought when you just said about alright, so y'all got like y'all take y'all breaks and stuff like that. But like how do y'all like do y'all like plan before the podcast now? Like do y'all have that time to plan now? Like cause y'all said y'all didn't have that time to plan before. So like now since y'all know, you know what I mean, with the spec and stuff like that, do y'all like go with y'all team and like plan like know like you know what you want to do next and stuff like that, or is it still like I'm gonna go in there and wing it? How y'all do it?
It's a mix.
Yeah.
It's a mix.
It really
Okay.
is.
Because we'll be like, oh yeah, I want this and that for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then we walk into the studio and nothing will go as planned. And we have to improvise.
Yeah.
Right? Nights before the show, we will plan our entire structure of the show, the stories we're going to talk about, the things we're going to do. And that's pretty much like the most planning that we do, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
There's really not much planning, I feel like, that
Yeah.
goes into the show. Like Rachel said, we create the rundown, which is just an
No.
outline of what we're
Right.
discussing.
Agenda, okay.
But our points aren't written down.
Mhm.
We also write down interview questions,
Right.
but even those, I feel like are just an outline. You know, we'll drift away. Like even when we had you,
Yeah.
we had the list of questions there, but we probably only asked maybe 4 or 5 of them that were on the list because then we just kind of
The conversation
You're away.
moves
It's
somewhere else.
very natural.
And you move with it.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. Right.
Exactly. So we're
Okay.
really free flowing. Like we've had interviews. The interview segment's only supposed to be 20 minutes,
Okay.
but sometimes
You last
it's 30.
40.
Sometimes it's 40.
Right.
Like it really depends. You know,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So alright, so I know that these from the wake up call, I gotta keep saying that, sinking in. Wake up call, wake up call, wake up call. Follow them. So let's talk more about like what you guys got going on. So we know it's the wake up call. You guys basically like record in the morning. So like, what is the purpose, like niche of the wake up call? Like, what you guys like really aiming for? Like, what's like your
We're
purpose?
always talking about this. Finding our niche and finding that thing that makes it different from all the others.
Yeah.
Because
I'm still working on it.
it's hard to really find your niche because you know there are a lot of people that want to spread positivity. There are a lot of people that want to do this. You know, pro-black and da 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 da. I'm about to sound real corny. I'm about to sound real.
Do it.
corny.
Say what you want to say. What we got to say to our people? We're gonna start with you, and then you'll go, and then I'll go next.
All right. Tap into what you love. Tap into what you love. There are way too many people out here pursuing careers that they're not passionate about, doing work that they don't care about. And that's fine if you gotta do what you gotta do for a buck. But at the very end of the day, tap into the things that you love and that you care about. That's the meaning of life, really, truly. Yes, we want to get paid. Yes, we want to get our degrees, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, make sure you're proud of what you're doing. That's the least you can do for yourself. Don't do work for other people and not feel passionate about it. Feel passionate about what you're doing. That's what I gotta say.
I would say, and I say this all the time, the answer is always no unless you ask. I think being a freshman, it's so easy to think that people won't take you seriously because of your age. Oh, you're too young. Oh, you just entered college. Oh, you're not ready. You're ready. You're ready.
Yeah.
Don't let people make you feel lesser than, and always go for the opportunity. Even if you're too young or people think that you're too young, still go for it because the worst thing that they can say is no. But I forgot what the saying is. An opportunity not taken
Is an opportunity wasted?
is the opportunity wasted because you never know what the outcome is going to be. And there's so many different things you can take advantage of. There's so many resources you have access to. And don't take no, just literally don't take no for an answer. Just keep on going and don't let anyone make you feel lesser than.
Thank you. What did Nike say?
Just
do it.
Just do
Come
it.
on, guys, I say that all
Hello?
the time. That's not-
Just
that's
do
what
it.
they say.
Just
And
do
just on
it.
top of what they saying, like we got 365 days in a year,
Hello?
24 hours in a day.
Mm.
What are you doing with your time? You know what I mean? So like you said, something like that. Don't waste your time on like BS that you know that's not going to take you to that level that you want to go. Follow your dreams. You know what I mean? And that's all we got to say.
And remember, what type of time
Yeah.
are you
I was thinking, what type of time are you
What
on? How are you
type
spending your type of time?
What are you doing? You know what I mean? Tap into stuff that you want to do. Tap into